on YouTube with the star. I'm with the star of Small Town Mentality podcast, Crom.
Hell yeah. I took over the show. Some guy, I bought it for 2 cents from some guy from Wyoming, I think. Or was that Wisconsin? I keep forgetting. Whatever. It starts with a W. So yeah, I'm Crom. To those who don't know who I am, I'm just some dude on Discord. That's literally my claim to fame. So yeah, what's up with you, Dave? I'm sure you got a whole intro that you prepared because I didn't have any.
You're pushing it onto me, you bastard.
I know. Hey, I was supposed to be a guest, but the dipshit from Wyoming was supposed to, kick this off, and he's not here.
Okay. Let's see how Ben's going.
All right.
Let's check in.
You can't hear us.
Jesus Christ.
Check in on Small Town Mentality Pod. Our guests for the Small Town Mentality Pod this week are Small Town Mentality Pod.
Yeah, welcome to the Crom and Dave show, guys. Introduce yourselves.
What the fuck is happening?
What now?
Why aren't you guys live?
First of all, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I've been able to hear you. I heard you guys talking shit.
Yes.
Mostly Crom.
Yes.
Well, you showed up a minute late, so that gives me free reign to just take over and rename this the Crom Show.
I don't think I was even a minute late. I think Dave was just keeping us out of the show.
You do so at your own peril, dude.
Oh yeah, Randy's here. I forgot that you have a co-host.
You already did the intros then, huh?
Okay, since it's your show now, I'm giving you back your 2 cents that I bought the website for. You do the intro.
What are you doing?
Talking.
Something I've been wanting to do for a while now.
Oh, shit. Randy's got an idea, I guess.
Oh.
Or maybe
You,
not.
goatee man, do show, be funny.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Do the funny.
We're live, dude. What what are you doing?
I'm just going to play Conan the Barbarian music every time I hear Crom's name.
Nice. Oh shit! My entire shtick was Tom Cruise from Top Gun.
No,
So I
Gop
don't
Ton,
know
get it
what-
right.
Yeah, Gop Ton. I'm Crom Tooze from the hit movie Gop Ton. You may have seen it back in the 80s.
So,
I don't remember the 80s.
are we also doing... I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, are you also recording a secondary one, or is this it? Because I didn't start that. Like Crom always tells me to. And Bob.
Mhm.
And John.
Hang on. I got to do one thing here.
Shit. This is the greatest show ever.
Yeah, because Dave, I was listening to your podcast where Holmes had counted how many times Cuz had sniffed into the microphone. I want to make sure I don't make that mistake.
Sorry, who? My server, who? Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony. He's talking about Anthony.
Oh yeah. MC McSniffles is his new name,
Mm-hmm.
or his rap name.
I think so. His synth name? Oh, thanks. Randy brought beers.
If we had listeners before, they fucking tapped out because all they're hearing is technical talk and setup. Yeah.
Yeah, so what? Well, I didn't know that you were the podcast godfather.
I'm not. I'm just some guy who wants to be on here, but instead of having a conversation, I get these two dipshits just fiddling around with their computer setup while me and Dave just fuck around.
Hey, man, you agreed to this. Well, actually, this was your
did.
idea. It's kind of your fault.
It was. I mean, all I told you is, hey Ben, can I be a guest? That doesn't make it an idea. Just say yes. Like, come on.
Yeah, it makes it your fault.
Okay, let's move on. Okay, so if there's no other technical shit that's in the way, let's move on then.
Okay.
Oh, you're taking over the show this week?
Just for this segment because you aren't doing shit, man. Okay.
Someone's got to herd the cats.
The context the context that I have for this entire universe, the Who's Right Extended Universe, is I'm just some guy on Discord. I liked Doug's show, Who's Right, and then Ben came in to steal his thunder or ride his coattails. And I checked his show out and was like, "Hey, what's this show? Small Town Mentality. He's from Wyoming. What's a Wyoming?" So I listened in on the show, discovered that Dave was on it as a producer of sorts, and I also discovered that there's a live chat. So I just started talking shit. Yeah. So I just started talking shit, and Ben was like, "Yo," and Ben was holding back tears. I can tell from his replies because they weren't any good. And I asked to be on the show because I wanted to talk about Halo Reach because I love that fucking video game. And he said yes. Those turn of events made zero connection with each other. I just wanted to be on here to talk about Halo Reach. Now the day is here. It's about to be 6 minutes on the dot. Mm-hmm. And these two asshats still haven't turned their cameras on.
Oh, it's not on? Oh, shit.
It's not. It's just Dave's, Dave's face on StreamYard. For the audio listeners here, we're also streaming this on StreamYard Live. So it'll be already recorded by the time you hear this. But the scene is on the StreamYard. Just imagine it. It's going to be theater of the mind. Just imagine a black void with an Australian bald man in the top left corner, and that's it. Talking to nobodies.
Balding.
It says it's on.
Okay.
Not up there.
This is post-podcasting, remember? Post-podcasting.
I fucking carried the show for almost 7 minutes. Your turn, Ben.
Sure.
Justify the existence of your podcast right now. Come on.
What? I mean, we've been around for 3 years. We're doing all right.
I'm ready for the camera now.
All right.
I'm really ready for the camera.
Okay. Isn't Randy Native American? Do a quick rain dance to have the fucking podcast gods fix your recording.
Dude, it's 2020, okay? If we want it to rain, we don't do a dance. We just leave the windows of a car rolled down.
Nice. You're in Wyoming.
Well, aren't we supposed to say it's the 2020 in tribute to Todd, Ben?
Yeah. The 2020.
The 2020.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do a Todd recap here soon, I think. I don't know who we're going to have on it, but
I have that in all caps. Todd talk.
Yeah, I think it should be me, you. It's got to be Jody. And I don't know, maybe somebody else that was close to him, Red, or it'd be cool to have Delvin on, like a recap.
Is this the part where you do shout-outs?
No, I'm just talking about people that I know. These are my internet friends, Mom. Fuck off. Yeah, so what about Halo Reach that you wanted to talk about so badly?
Okay, I like the game.
Oh, cool.
And that's it. Okay, on to the next segment.
And you live stream.
Okay, no, for real. I want to talk about Halo Reach. Me and Ben talked about it. We shot the shit in private. Mm-hmm. And we got into it a bit because I just wanted to gush about Halo Reach so that a bunch of strangers can hear me gush about it. So for those who are uninitiated, or if you're over 40, Halo Reach was a game that came out in 2010 for the original, for Xbox 360. It's a first-person shooter game where you shoot a bunch of aliens, and you play the role of some highly advanced super soldier with a suit of armor and energy shields, and your job is to basically just do what you can, because the title Halo Reach is a reference to the fictional planet Reach, which is being invaded by a bunch of aliens called the Covenant. So the entire campaign is just you trying to stop the aliens, but then realizing halfway through the game that the planet is basically fucked. So the rest of the story is just you helping stragglers evacuate the planet, while also showing some great cinematography of how Reach is just falling apart. The fucking human military is just crumbling to pieces. You can see the desperation in the situations, and even in the scenarios that you play the video game in. Like, there's this one scene where you're in a helicopter, and you're riding around just shooting bad guys, but all around you in the background, it's not even easy to ignore either. In the background, you can see fucking soldiers just getting annihilated by these aliens, and what you're shooting at is basically the aliens that already have won in that encounter. Like the second that you shoot an alien, it's already because they like fucking killed two humans. So I like the tone of that game. So okay, Ben, what's your take on Halo Reach?
My take on Halo Reach is it sucks.
Wow,
Not Halo 3.
you fucker. Oh, so
I'm
you like
confused.
3 more than Reach?
I'm confused because I thought we were going to talk about the sexual position, the Halo reach around.
Ah.
The Halo Reach around, yeah, where you put on a fucking hula hoop, and then you you put your fist through there and try to reach the your sexual partner's aims. I get it.
I thought
As
a
long as
Halo
you get-
reach around was like a reach around from a Mormon girl or something because they have the halo on.
No, it involves an
Oh,
actual
godly.
object.
So,
Okay,
When
so,
Beyonce does it.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's
Dave.
not when Beyonce does it.
Yeah.
Anyone ever done any Cortana cosplay?
Masturbation? Yeah. Cosplay? No.
It's always just some fat girls in skin tight. They like fucking speedos and blue speedos and just painted their skin blue. It's not that impressive.
Is that
Always
Blueface?
fat girls. Okay.
Is it
At least
always
from the
that?
things that I searched.
Good
No,
coming
there's
out
some
for
skinny
that.
ones, but they can't do the character justice from what I've seen.
And those aren't the things you search for.
Yeah, what I search for is the amateur section.
What I'm googling now is fat Cortana. Huh.
Okay, we need a diverse standpoint into all of this. Randy, you're Native American. What's your take on Halo Reach, if you've ever played it?
I'm not a big fan of the first-person shooters.
What kind of video games do you play?
Second person
Well,
shooters.
Right now, and this is going to be like such a fucking huge Indian stereotype, but I'm playing Conan Exiles.
Oh yeah, the whole power. Is it based on Indians, Conan?
No, but it's a survivalist game, so you got to like build your own shelter and hunt for your food and all that shit.
Oh yeah, taking you back to the
Right.
good old days before the whites came in and took everything.
Hey, don't blame me for that.
I
Specifically,
mean, not
you,
not
Ben.
Ben, because he couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. I'm talking about actual competent white people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
he-
so that's my gushing about Halo Reach.
I wasn't going to
You
get
carry
racist
the show
until
now,
we got to
dicks.
the question.
Yeah. We got a lot of questions.
'Cause I saw a couple of them.
Yeah, there's
Oh.
people mention you a lot. It's a fat Cortana.
Okay.
Yeah, we're looking at the
Thick.
Discord now, and
Thick.
Dave
I'm more in the
keeps
series.
posting fat Cortanas.
You were talking some shit, and then your whole spill about Reach was riveting. About how shitty our show is.
If you'd have asked him about Halo Reach while you guys were getting set up, you could have just gone on for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
I know that could have been such good fodder, but instead, you guys, I don't know what
Our
happened.
camera's working now, at least, huh?
Yep.
We got a lot of questions today. I don't know if you want to get into that or if you want to get into what did you want to get into? The podcast of the round table. You said you had a bunch of questions about.
I actually forgot all about that now.
Oh,
It's been a full 14 days, I think, since that whole debacle. So Dave already made a show about it that covers it better than I could. So I'd rather not get into that now.
Did it cover it, Bill?
Yeah. So
Just the
now that
after
we
show where we talked a bunch of shit. Yeah.
now that you brought it up, can we just just do a really short bit on your very brief thoughts on the podcast of the round table, Cron?
Oh, okay. Okay,
I
so
don't think
there
Crom
was a
ever
winner
has-
that was picked.
Sorry.
They picked the winner by the end of it, but in my opinion, none of them won.
That's true.
Yeah, their jokes. Oh fuck! It's such a stereotypical thing for me to say, but they're just a bunch of boomers, especially John. Their jabs had no weight to them, especially John's. Okay. The memories are coming back to me because just a context about John from Bad. just some context from about John from Brand X is he talked a bunch of shit about making a better show than Anthony from Who's Right could ever do. So he attempted to prove himself by coming on to Dave's show and hosting a recap show of Who's Right. He shat the bed and went to Dave's house and shat on his bed. That's how it got so bad. And by the end of that episode, he was, we could tell that John was 2 cheeseburgers away from just calling it quits and jumping off a cliff or something. So now we got to a week later to that episode, and the podcast of the Roundtable starts, and he was a completely different man. Like he gave off this sense of false confidence. I guess he still thinks that he's top shit after shitting everyone's bed back at Dave's show. And
I pushed a good man down. What can I say?
Yeah, I know. And then again, back to the. Sorry,
Are you trying to get him to leave the Discord again, or what? What's going on here?
I don't know. This was a reference to the past, Ben. If you paid attention, you would have known.
Oh, so now that he's back in the Discord, you're cool with him?
He's back. I wouldn't say that I'm cool with him, because if I admit to that, then the jokes would stop.
Okay.
So I'm just going to say that he still sucks, so I can have free reign to make fun of him.
Okay. And that's why you keep saying that we suck. I get it.
No, I keep saying that you suck because you do, Ben. I have nothing against Randy. I think he's really cool. I like the whole Native American thing. I wish I was born Native American so I can do a rain dance. But Ben, you have no redeeming qualities as a podcaster whatsoever.
You can do the coronavirus dance.
No. What? You just derailed me. I'm going back to my point. I'm gonna be the John to your Anthony for a bit here, and just shit on you for a full minute.
Okay.
You're unprofessional.
Mm-hmm.
You came in fucking late.
Yep.
And you have a
That's
goatee.
my fault.
Yeah, that was Randy's fault.
Again,
worst part. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I know. No. Again,
You're
Randy,
gonna blame me
don't
for
feel
it
bad
anyways.
about any of this. Nothing about this is your fault, Randy. Everything is Ben's fault.
So actually, as Crom's talking shit on me, a quick shout out to Crom. He's an excellent artist, and he creates characters for tons of podcasts. So you guys should find him on Twitter and stuff and hit him up. He's fucking great. But go ahead, keep shitting on me.
All right. Yeah, no, fuck. Since you broke it, now I gotta break it too. Okay, all right. So in all honesty, I think, Ben's show is all right. I find it really cool. I can't believe I'm sucking your dick now. I can't believe it's really cool that I get to be a guest on your show. And I'm just, if you ever want to hit me up on Discord, just search my name, Crom2, CROMTUISE. And I actually do artwork on the side. So if you want a funny picture drawn, I can, let's talk about it. Maybe I'll do one for you, or maybe I'll tell you that I'm too busy because I'm playing Halo Reach. So, yeah.
And because you're Asian, you can also help people with their taxes. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. This has been a detail that has been that hasn't been brought up, but I am from the Orient. I'm from the Pacific specifically. So if you have any questions about noodles, seeing things in widescreen definition, and the recent coronavirus, I'm your guy.
We're not allowed to say Orientals anymore.
But I am. I'm from
Crom
the
is
fucking
fine.
Oriental, so I'll say it. I'll even say the N-word just because I can, but we're technically in Wyoming now, so I shouldn't say that.
So yeah, you turned me into a turtle. You turned Dave into somebody who could kick.
Yeah. Realistic.
Hell yeah.
You turned John into a monkey.
Yeah.
And you made Jody shoot himself in the face again.
Yeah.
We should get
I was
you to
going
make
for
one.
the other cheek, yeah.
What would you turn Randy into? Because Randy didn't get a character.
Okay. You know that character from Mortal Kombat? The Indian guy? I'll turn him into that. Oh, heck.
You want to be Nightwolf?
Yeah, Nightwolf with the whole vest and the tight pants.
To be honest, man, Kano was my shit. Dude, I never really played with Nightwolf, man. I loved Kano though.
Kano. Okay. For a good price, I can draw you like Kano, I guess.
Let's be honest though. If I look like anybody, I look like E Honda from Street Fighter 2.
And yeah, I wouldn't disagree. A mix of E Honda and Zangief's face from Street Fighter, just the face, because Zangief's fit. Fuck. I'm sorry. What were we talking about then, Ben? Before we
I
got
don't know.
sidetracked,
No idea.
sucking your dick.
Yeah. You were saying how much you love the show and stuff. We did
Oh,
get
I
a-
remember now. Questions.
Yeah.
You said that you got questions.
I got a whole bunch of them. Bob even sent them. It's all from the same 3 people though, so it's kind of lame.
Okay, podcast questions. All right,
Yeah.
shoot.
Boomer Bob asks, "How long till John hides again?"
Oh, I guess. My bet would be John will hide again if he ever gets on Who's Right's after show again, and Anthony just shits on him. What's your guess?
I'm assuming he will eventually show up there
Okay.
on the Who's Right show. I don't think I'll ever be on that show now. I gotta fuck that up.
You kept. Yeah, okay, fuck. Again, some context for those for the uninitiated. I also moderate the Who's Right Discord server, where people, where the patrons get to talk to the hosts after they record their episodes.
So you are
And
you are the Brady of the Who's Right.
I
Discord
wouldn't
server.
call that. I wouldn't call that because I actually don't enforce anything.
Oh, you did
Brady's
kick
just
somebody out. You did kick somebody out.
For spamming. Okay, that's for fucking just posting, tagging me for no reason at all and being an annoying fuck. That's it. But yeah, but back to how shitty Ben is again. In the Who's Right Discord, again, there's an after show where only the patrons or some friends of the show can go talk to Doug. So Ben had to be a fucking diva bitch about it and complain that he isn't allowed in the show chat. Doug eventually capitulated and let him in, but now,
Good
but
callback on that
Yeah.
word. Well done.
Thanks. But now on the condition that if Ben wants to keep this up, he actually has to be a Patreon.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. Fuck it. John has more rights to be on the fucking after show than you do because he doesn't really beg to just talk to Doug.
Yeah. Hey man, it worked. Whatever.
I've got
No, you can't
I've
get
got a
in.
question. Crom, I got a question coming up in the comments.
All right.
It's from someone called Dave Chafee. And the question is, how Asian does Crom look?
Oh, okay. I'll say that I'm not fully Chinese. I don't see in 4K resolution yet. I see I don't see in widescreen is what I'm trying to say. I see more in like 1080p. Let's just say about let's just leave it at that. But my skin tone isn't as yellow as I would like it to be. It's more white, but I'm not brown either. So I'm just
Yeah,
a middle
I feel you on
ground Asian. Yeah.
So you're more like Caucasian.
Yeah, I wish I could say the same for my cock. that's still very Asian for me. Yeah.
Boomer Bob also asks the most Boomer Bob question I could ever think of him asking.
Shoot.
Was the dress green or blue? I never figured that one out. Now that is so old.
It was blue.
Yeah.
It was blue, and Bill Clinton blew his load right on it, and that's what got him impeached. Because Monica
I
Lewinsky
think
never
I was
watched
still
it.
in
That's
college
fucking
when that shit happened.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
But yeah, my input is that shit was blue.
Yeah, blue.
I think the other people are just trolls.
Yeah, Dave.
Boomer Bob's got another question. Crom, which way do your eyes tilt? Again, another racial boomer question. Thanks, Bob.
My eyes tilt. I don't know to the side. I have full range of motion with my eyes. You dick.
Kate.
Don't make me fucking Don't make me fucking throw a shadow bomb to your house, Bob, and snap your neck.
To answer Bob's other question, where are the other two people that use the empty mics? Okay, so
What
we
do you,
have.
what do you mean empty?
Wyoming?
What do you mean empty?
Yeah.
Right here, you can plainly see my 10-foot tall rabbit friend Harvey, and over here is my will to live. You can see it right there.
And
Yeah,
it is an audio medium, so it's the power
Right.
of the mind.
No, Randy is actually using his engine powers to transmit that to my brain because I see them too.
Oh, nice.
What's up, guys? Yeah. Again, he's like Nightwolf. Instead of summoning wolves and eagles, he summons imaginary friends.
Bob, when we do internet shows, it's just me and Randy. When we do local shows, we have guests that sit here with us. So fuck off.
Yeah, Bob.
I mostly summon dick and fart jokes.
Should I write that down, dick and fart jokes? For
Sure.
This episode title?
And write down Halo Reach Around. I'll
Oh,
be proud of that.
That's a pretty good one.
He'll reach around. That should be a podcast.
Jody, here comes the racial questions from Jody B.
All right.
At Po Boys Pod on Twitter.
Hey, Ben, how about you ask those questions to Crom first, and then Rando can answer them second?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, Crom, is Rando afraid of heights?
Is Rando afraid of heights?
Yes.
I would guess not, because he can just summon an eagle in midair if he ever falls off a building.
Okay,
He's
Randy.
got the best kind of insurance with his ancestors.
I don't know because I've been pretty high.
Okay.
You ever get so high that it gets kind of scary? Yeah, I've been there.
Well, he also said, or is that just a stereotype? Is it a stereotype?
Yeah, there is a stereotype that Indians aren't afraid of, or natives aren't afraid of, whatever the hell we're supposed to be called.
How? Why? What?
Aboriginal Americans. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Because you say Aborigine, and I picture the indigenous people of Australia, man. Like,
Yeah.
I've never been
same
called
here.
an Aborigine before.
The ones that my proud people killed 90% off with smallpox. That's my shit, not yours. Come on.
But I love my favorite thing in the world because it's an audio medium, as you said. So I look white. It's weird. I know what I look like. You look at my family and the rest of them look like they just walked off the set of a Western, and I look like an extra from The Sopranos, and we're still trying to figure out how that happened.
Milkman.
But
Maybe your ancestors break. They said, "Oh shit, man, the Redskins getting out of vogue. Let's turn him white, so he'd actually have a shot in life."
like this kid talks too much shit, man. If he walks around looking like anything but a white person, talking as much shit as he talks, he's gonna end up in jail. No, but you completely threw me. I forgot my train of thought.
Sorry. Sorry.
He also asks how often you step in poo. A customer whose husband is native said he never steps in dog shit. It's a superpower. Is that a superpower with natives? Do they not step in dog shit?
I must have skipped that one, man.
Same.
All I got was the high blood pressure and borderline diabetes. Those are my native superpowers.
Are there any good stereotypes about Native Americans?
You always carry around a tomahawk.
Not in my opinion, is because a lot of the nature, eagle summoning shit, man, that really doesn't apply. At least not to my tribe, man. We're rednecks.
Do you have any redneck superpowers?
That's disappointing. Yeah.
I can. I used to smoke weed out of an apple. I don't know if that's a redneck superpower or not.
Shit. Okay. That leads me to. Sorry for chiming in again. That leads me to another question. So since modern engines are more akin to rednecks than what the original natives did, so instead of summoning eagles and fucking wolves into existence, do you summon cousins to fuck?
Man, you obviously have not seen my cousin. I wouldn't touch him with your dick, dude.
I mean the best possible version of your
my
cousin.
family. I would not touch him with your dick, bro.
Yeah. Do you summon?
I'm the looker of the family. I'm pretty.
Nice. Okay, another question then about summoning. Do you summon by sheer force of will a fucking 24-pack of beer instead of Eagles?
That would have come in handy. No,
Yeah.
I don't. I don't summon through sheer force of will. 24-pack. I've used 24-pack of beer to buy weed, but that's a completely different story. Now, I remember what I was going to say though.
He did bring some beer tonight, though.
That's hard apple cider. It's not beer.
No.
Pussy.
Okay. You ain't the one got to drink it. Don't worry about it. No, I remembered what I was going to say because I look white, so I'll say Indian like at the drop of a fucking hat because I grew up saying Indian, you know. I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and back then it was American Indian. That was the PC term. They didn't change it to Native American until I was almost a teenager. And so I'll still just drop Indian. My favorite thing in the world is when somebody who doesn't know me hears me say Indian and then they snap that Native American. I'm like, I'll call myself whatever the fuck I want. Get the fuck out of here.
So I have a question for myself. So when you sit with your legs crossed, you know where I'm going with this? People call it Indian style, right?
Uh-huh.
My wife said when she was a kid, she only called it cross-legged, which sounds odd. And then there's another term for it.
I never knew if that was named
crisscross
after
applesauce.
Yeah, I never knew if that was named after us or if it was named after the Indians.
I don't know, man. Because everybody.
Because you think of like yoga and the way they would sit in like the lotus position.
I don't know which one it was.
So I don't even know where that came from.
Were you offended by that term? Because I see a lot of people still use it.
No.
Okay. Sweet. I guess you speak for all Native Americans, right?
I mean, if writing, obviously, I'm the congressman. They elected me last year. No, I mean, obviously, if we were like, if sitting on a fucking banana with no pants on was called Indian style, I might have an issue with that. You know, riding a bicycle with no seat or some shit. But just sitting Indian style, that's just the way to sit. Fuck.
Billy says, "Fucking Indians, not only stealing our jobs but also stealing our racial slurs." Huh? Were those ours? Didn't know we could just claim racial slurs. 2.5 Amigos on Twitter.
Here it comes.
At Amigos PC asks, "How big is Randy's dick?" For the probably 15th time.
Well, I gotta tell the Amigos, man, because in addition to being Indian, I am part Mexican on my mother's side, so it's very small, and as is the case with all Mexicans.
Fuck! I want to draw. I want to draw a Native American wearing a sombrero now.
I had a friend of mine called me up, and we give each other shit. You know, we tease rough. We're from the South. We can take it. He called me up and he's like, "Hey, redskin, wetback, what were you doing? Smoking a peace pipe and eating a taco?" And I was literally smoking a Marlboro, and I had just eaten enchiladas, so there wasn't a whole lot I could say.
Instead of scalping people with tomahawks, you use maracas. Something.
It was a broken Corona bottle, man. Come on. Kidding.
You're a native Mexican.
You just tell dudes I work with, you know, half of me wants to get drunk and cut you, the other half wants to get drunk and cut you.
Well, I was going to go racial on that one and say scalp you, but use their scalps as soft shell tacos. That's what Billy says. They also ask, do you use the same gas pump after an Asian, or do you go to a different pump for the with the coronavirus? Oh, so if they touch something, it automatically has the coronavirus, is what they're saying.
So
that's the fear mongering, if we're talking about the coronavirus.
Yeah, so Crom actually does know a lot about the coronavirus. Jokes aside. So.
Because he started it.
Yeah, on patient zero, nobody knows. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, since we're on this right now, just a quick briefing on the coronavirus, I guess. It came from Wuhan because China's fucking smelly and dirty on the rural side. Wuhan, Wuhan. Yep. And it spread around Asia, and some European and American immigrants who went back home unknowingly also carried the virus with them. So there's been cases popping up in the US and Canada and some countries in Europe. But mostly it's still just a pandemic in Asia. what it does to you is it's like a super fever. So you just get a really, really high fever. So you're in bed all day until you die. It's like AIDS, HIV, where it shuts down your immune system, because most people who died by the coronavirus didn't die of the virus at all. They died of pneumonia because the fevers were getting too high, it turned into pneumonia. So what they're doing right now to the people who are infected is quarantine and doing the best they can to find a vaccine and a cure for it. But yeah, so that's the basics of it. To those who are freaking out that Americans especially, that there's cases of people coming back with the virus and they've been confirmed and been quarantined. The only way that you're going to get infected is if it goes airborne at a significant enough distance. So but those cases that have been found have been quarantined already. So give or take the immediate area where they're confined in the hospital, I really doubt that you're going to get the coronavirus unless you come into that guy's hospital bed, lick his face, and give him a rim job. I don't know. Yeah.
Sounds like fun. They also ask, would you fly to China or Iran right now?
Well, I didn't get a chance to answer the question.
Go for it.
Would you use a gas pump after an Asian or a different pump with the coronavirus, or is that what the question?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'll take my chances with the Asian because white people do not wash their hands.
True.
I've seen it.
At all. Yeah. Talking to you, Ben.
I never
nasty
do.
as hell, man.
I don't live in Wyoming, but I can tell them.
With bone dry hands, man.
I would. They said, would you fly to China or Iran right now? And I said, I'm saying I'll fly to China. I take my chances in China over Iran because I have a feeling that they don't like us as much as China welcomes Americans.
I'm still afraid to get on a plane at this point, man.
Ain't
even got
9/11.
No, ain't even got nothing to do with that. Those seats are tiny. I got PTSD.
That's your issue with planes.
Yeah, that's my issue with planes. I gotta sit with my knees together and my arms folded for 4 hours. The last time I flew back from visiting my family back home.
My wife.
I hear that though. Yeah.
4 hours like this next to a screaming baby. The dude in the window seat had won the lottery because he got the fat guy and the screaming baby.
So Crum also wants to move to the U.S. He's looking for a wife and or husband to get a green card. If anybody's interested in that, hit him up.
White chicks are hot. That's all I'm going to say.
Have you seen the movie White Chicks, Crum?
True.
I have, and it's that's my reference to how I treat white and black people from then on out. I assume every black man that I'll meet in the U.S. looks exactly like Terry Crews. All buff and shit and wearing nothing but a thong. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
They also had a question. Go ahead, Dave.
That's definitely what Delvin Cox looks like. I've seen him without his shirt on.
His last name is Cox.
They also have a question directed at us specifically, I believe. It said, would you rather be tons of fun or a skinny bouncy ball that breaks like a twig?
I don't know. I'm kind of happy being tons of fun.
I'm fine with who I am.
That's the same. I'm okay. No one can see me, but I'm the stereotypical
Twink.
Asian twink.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a chink twink like that. Yeah.
All right, that's all the questions we got in, except for Boomer Bob sent us the entire list of questions that was on the Delvin Cox Experience asked to Seamus himself. I don't know if you want to go through those or not.
Let's see how far we can get before we get sick of it.
Okay, he said questions for the tonight, and he said these were the versions of the questions Delvin asked to Seamus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, number 1 is top 5 comedians. Which asked this a few times, huh? Maybe. What's their favorite comedian?
Conan O'Brien 5 times in a row. Next.
Conan O'Brien.
Nah.
All right. I'm gonna go with. Go ahead. Go for it. You're the comedian here.
I've been listening to a lot of Brad Williams lately, man. Brad. For those of you who don't know, Brad Williams,
You got to listen to him because you can't see him.
Well, he's a little person, so
Yeah.
it might be tricky.
Oh, him. Yeah, right. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, he is just hilarious. I don't want to really, spoil any of his jokes, but, go on YouTube, look up Brad Williams, go anywhere, look him up. The guy just had me rolling laughing. I don't know, is this like of all time or that are around today?
Just says top 5 comedians. I don't think it specifically says.
I mean, you go like Lenny Bruce, George Carlin, Richard Pryor, you can
Brad
fill
Williams.
it as we go all
Is that
time.
Wee Man?
Say, huh?
Sorry, Brad Williams. Is that Wee Man or
No.
does he just look like him?
Just a little.
No,
They're all wee man. They're all wee man.
Take it for Wee Man, man.
They're all Wee Man. Because when I Googled them, the first suggestion is Brad Williams Wee Man. Like,
Yeah, he's got a bit about Wee Man. That's probably why that's coming up.
yeah, okay, gotcha.
Someone mistook him for Wee Man once, and he's got a whole bit about it, and that's all I'm saying.
For me, I don't know top 5 all time, but top 5 that I listen to would probably be Anthony Jeselnik. I like Big J, Mark Normand, Joe List, Louis J. Gomez. I don't know, man. I can't stop at 5. It seems
Yeah.
weird to stop at 5.
A little bit.
All of the offensive comedy ever. That's what I'm going to go with. Dave, top 5 Australian comedians.
I'll just answer with a producer's note. Top 3s generally work better for podcasts.
Yeah.
People
Well, that's not what was
struggle
asked
to come up
anyways.
with 5th. So yes. Next question.
Oh, fuck,
Next
hang on.
question.
Just an aside. Fuck. Okay, just to the members of Dave's Discord, please don't call me the Brady of Who's Right Discord. I don't want to be associated with Brady. All right, back to you. Back to the hosts.
He said, best album or song you've listened to in the past 12 months.
Don't do this
The
to me,
Halo
man.
Reach soundtrack.
Come on, don't do this to me, because you're going to make me show my age.
Go for it. It said in the past 12 months, so I'm guessing it's a new album or CD.
I see, as far as new, I've got a kind of a cutoff date
Yeah.
where I just tuned out. I don't know. I listened to a little bit of Billie Eilish's shit, man. That's not bad. It's the videos are kind of freaky. I kind of dig it though. It's like somewhere between Bjork meets PJ Harvey meets Tori Amos. Kid
Even
actually
from Billie Eilish's Look Alone, I got reminded of York. Yeah.
So what are you into, Crom? C-pop?
No.
K-pop?
C-pop.
J-pop?
CPAP. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a CPAP machine. What I'm mostly into is the classic rock, like from the 80s. So
Yeah, but he
Dio,
said-
Led Zeppelin, Metallica. From the past 12 months. That means, yeah, it's still on my Spotify playlist from this past 12 months.
All right.
So yeah.
Well, I was wondering if it's something
just
new.
a-
Maybe.
For something new, nothing actually. If it's from the modern era, all I listen to is podcasts and the Halo Reach soundtrack and all of the soundtracks from all of the Halo games. That's it.
dope smoker,
Yeah, I got
dope smoker. That I guess that would be my answer.
I've got Covered in Metal that I play most of the time if I'm listening to music, which is just bands that do cover songs. Anyways, I think the only new album I've heard this year is The View the Life.
Because to be the
Not my
wife,
weekend.
is that your fantasy?
I said The View the Life, not my weekend.
Okay.
Those are some of the bands that I got into this last year. Speaking of The View the Life, stick around after the show and check out their new single.
Aha!
We're gonna put it on the.
I never got a chance
on the
to
end.
listen to that track from the former members of Mushroom Head, man.
That was on the last week.
Yeah, I could have listened to it. I didn't want to listen to my own voice for like an hour before I could hear the track. I need to look it up.
Okay. Dave, music producer. Are
just
you-
a quick
you're part of this?
Producer note: if you can post a link to the song of the week in the Discord each week, that would be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, for
that'd be
people
kinda cool.
listening in right now.
The answer is Cats. Cats the movie soundtrack.
Okay.
Do you want me to sing some of it? No,
Damn it.
I'm not gonna reflect that on anyone.
I mean, Doug's not here,
on the
so I
Patreon.
don't think anybody cares about cats.
I mean, doing a full rendition of the entire Cats the musical. Yeah.
Get that for
Some of those
Patreon.
songs.
Get Dave to sing and make people pay for it.
I was half expecting Cleaver Green here to say Silverchair. So
I am going to start doing that, though. I'm going to add a channel to our Discord server for Song of the
Rando,
Week.
is that the only Australian band you know? Because you brought it up a few times.
I don't know. I thought the Cleaver Green reference was pretty cool.
Silverchair.
I don't know. Where's AC/DC from?
I don't know, man.
Australia.
All right, there you go. So there's another one.
Not born here, but
Oh, didn't I bring up a band the other day that you said that's like the worst part of Australia? Oh, man, what the fuck was that band?
if only we could remember.
True that. Well,
Was it Yothu?
It's only
oh, it was Amity Affliction, I think.
Yes,
Amity
from
Affliction.
from Gimpy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But anyways, as I was saying, Discord
That's
server, I'll start posting the YouTube videos in there. Out of all the podcasts you recorded or guested on, which was your favorite episode or show to do?
not this one. I'll tell you that
The
right
only-
now.
This is the only podcast you've ever been on, Crum.
Yeah, it's my only one, and it's already my worst.
Yeah, and it's going to be your last. Well, if you get a new mic, you can come back on.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get that. I'm still seeing. I'm still looking for good dynamic ones because that's the type that you want me to get. But all I'm seeing what for sale are condensers,
Well,
which
keep
would be a bad idea.
hassling
'cause
Bob.
everything-
See if he'll send you one.
I mean, it's not
Yeah,
the only
Bob.
Australian band I know. I just really like Silverchair.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, they're pretty good.
Best podcast you've ever been on?
I guess the episode you did down at Kate's
Oh,
when I first came on. By the way, when do I start losing weight? Because Austin used to do this show, and then he lost like a shit ton of weight.
no. I
It
think
hasn't happened for me
he
yet.
did keto. Have you tried keto?
No.
Start-
I'll eat
Start
French.
summoning salads instead of beers. Yeah.
Do you eat freedom food?
I don't ask.
If
We're not
you're
about the French, Billy.
Rando. If you're not ingesting calories right now, you are losing weight.
Well, let me run to the bathroom. I can make that a true statement.
It's a true statement right now.
You
You're
can let
evaporating
go of 4
sweat.
pounds right now if you went to the vet. If you went to the bathroom.
Right now, you're evaporating sweat. You're losing weight. So keep up the good work.
Best podcast I've ever been on? Small Town Mentality. All day, every day.
Oh god.
Boo.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure this is the only one I've been on. So
Yeah, it's not the only one I've ever been on. That's for sure.
This is getting boring.
It's the most successful one. Dave?
Crom loves to
Who's right?
talk about anything that involves listing out indie podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crom likes to listen to and shit on indie podcasts.
Okay,
My favorite would be Titty Talk.
Mm.
Rest in peace. Next
Rest
question.
in peace. If there's one person you could kick in the testicles, any person dead or alive, who would that be?
This guy named Ben from Wyoming.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna go there. Randy?
I'm gonna go with Ben.
Mm,
Just kick Ben right in the nads.
sweet.
Also
You-
from Wyoming.
Do you guys remember that guy that wore the big red puffy hair, and he would go around kicking people in the nuts and saying, you got kicked in the nuts? I would kick
Big
that guy in
fat
the nuts.
puffy hair. What?
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Vaguely, I saw the Family Guy reference, but
Yeah, that was a real YouTube channel where this guy just ran around kicking people in the nuts. I felt like he's never been
Fuck.
kicked in the nuts and needs to be kicked in the nuts.
I've got someone.
Go for it.
How about How about Doug Ford, the Premier of Ontario, Canada?
What's
I
he
thought he
doing right
died.
now?
Didn't he die?
No, that was his brother.
Oh. Oh.
What's Doug Ford doing right now that makes you want to kick him in the nuts?
Oh, it's just one of my internet buddies was slagging him off, and I thought he looks like a dodgy as fuck politician. So, yep, that's my pick.
I'll Google him now. Doug
All right,
Ford.
next email.
And Canadians can get kind of annoying as well. So, let's face it.
All right, next email.
Yeah.
A cataclysmic event is happening on Earth. You get to take 5 things with you to survive. No people or pets. What are those 5 things?
Why are we still doing this?
I don't know. You said to go for it, so I went for it.
Okay, I'm getting sick of it right now. Can we move on?
Yeah, but
Let's
we're out
go.
of questions. So where the fuck are you going to go with this, Crom? This is your show today.
Dun, dun, dun.
Funny that you should say that because I got a bunch of. I want to rip off Who Was Right for a minute here and talk about some funny news articles if you want.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. I think I linked the shit. It got buried, but okay. If you're in the Discord right now, just click on the one that says Here we go. I'll just click him on the Discord real quick.
Everything revolves around Discord with Crom.
That's the only
I mean-
place that I hang out in. So click that. I
It's the
want
only
my
place he's got
foreskin
a-
next to it.
It's the only place he's got a tiny amount of power. So, of
True.
course.
I know. It's the only place where my ego gets stroked, man. Come on.
I'm on a Discord for the Conan Exile server I'm on, and I just got a notification. Double points weekend just started. I'm like, great, I'm doing this shit, and I got to work tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting yelled at.
I think his Asian takeaway is just.
Can you
being delivered.
translate that?
My delivery went here. Yeah, never mind that.
Chinese takeaway, was it? Or?
I think Anthony is only listening to see if he gets mentioned again.
No, because he likes you, Ben.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know about that. He's trying to see if this is as bad as his episode, and it is.
Not.
It will always be there. That's always going to happen.
So,
Probably.
yeah. Anyone listening to this, if you listen to this episode and the Anthony episode, then tell us which episode was worse. The Anthony episode
True.
or the Crom episode. I know my pick.
Then seek professional
I'll-
help as soon as you can because you've been through an experience.
I'll remain impartial as the producer.
He said red panda delivery came. Red panda.
Fuck's sakes. So this is the equivalent when I'm on Discord talking to Americans and they go through the fucking drive-through. They can't
Yeah.
they can't have a conversation without going through a fucking drive-through. It's like, talk about stereotypes, but some stereotypes are real, right?
Well, so we ordered red panda in wherever the fuck he's from. Do you think it's actually a red panda that they're eating over there?
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I got my chicken wings.
Oh,
Oh,
I thought it was going to be
good.
panda wings for sure.
No, I typed it wrong in Discord. I ordered some Panda Express, and I got it here. What were we talking about?
So, Billy's mind is blown because you got Asian food in Asia.
Well,
Wow.
yeah.
Do you get French food in Canada, Billy?
Billy's French, so he can't comprehend Asia.
Yes.
Oh, God.
I
Crom,
mean-
you were doing well, man. It's going downhill.
I mean,
I will go home and play my video game, man. It's double points weekend.
he's doing
Access
all right.
denied.
He made it 54 minutes before shit hit the fan. That's better than a lot of people.
Access denied, the host of the Insanime podcast, the number one podcast on the Who's Right Extended Universe Network.
I forgot
says-
my change.
Okay, thanks, Crom. Says Anthony was better. I'm used to him bombing.
Hmm.
So what
Billy
are we
says
waiting? Oh,
bad wings.
we're waiting for Crom to do his questions or his articles or whatever, are we? Is
Yeah,
that what-
yeah, that's true.
We're like in a holding pattern while he eats his chicken wings.
Yeah. Wasn't he talking shit about us taking forever getting set up and how the intro always takes so long because we're just messing around at the beginning of the shows?
And let's be honest. If I came to you yesterday and said one of us was going to be eating chicken wings during the fucking podcast, who did you think it was going to be?
Also, I'd rather not give a shout out to the Insanime podcast.
Okay.
We're going to cut that out.
Yeah.
Why are
no,
we
no.
editing that out?
Forget.
That's
No, you
Thinks
just
he's better
forget
than
we. What, no, we just use
Well,
the
he's
men
a
in.
fucking weeb. Of course he thinks he's better than us. Have you met
Just-
fucking weebs? They walk around. They all own katanas. They walk around acting like they're better than everybody else, when in fact they have no future. It's sad, actually.
They
He
also
hates
act
us
like
as much as he
Japanese.
hates women.
Yep, there you go.
Boomer Bob wants more of a voice on this podcast.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, it's always a bit about when I see litter, do I shed a tear? And I'm like, yeah, only when it's cat litter and it's my turn to change the cat boxes, because I have a cat with irritable bowel syndrome, and that shit ain't no joke.
Hey, man, I
Yeah.
like my yellow shirt. Fuck off. He says I look like SpongeBob. And I do judge you.
More of a gold,
I judge everyone.
more of a gold coloration.
Yeah. It's whatever. I didn't know people were
Is Bob-
watching the live version. Where's
Bob
these
the only
fucking
one in the
news
chat?
articles? God
Yeah.
damn it.
It's in the Discord, man. I linked them already, but they got
got drowned?
fucking buried by. Yeah, they got drowned. Just scroll up for a bit, and you'll see the "I want my foreskin
Oh.
back" link.
I want my foreskin back. Anti-circumcision protesters stage. Oh man, he's got
Okay.
look at. He's got blood on his pants and his white pants.
Yeah,
Okay.
Don't you know you're not
There's a
supposed to wear
guy-
white? When you're...
the
Getting your
picture
dick
is
out
a guy on the side of the road holding a sign that says "I want my foreskin back," and he's wearing white pants with that looks like it's got a red ring of blood all around the crotch area. Okay, so I'm
Okay.
gonna start off with the article now, and you guys react to it. Okay, Brandon.
Wait for these amazing reactions coming right after this.
Yeah, I can always depend on you for that, Ben. All right,
Just give us
Brandon,
like 3 more
Florida.
minutes. We'll be at the hour mark. So
Bradenton, Florida. A
When's
group
the
of
rando
activists.
smoko break? Is that coming up or?
Oh yeah, what time are you gonna suddenly leave the room, then use your phone for the rest of the show?
People are giving you shit all week for that.
hadn't planned it out, but I don't know. I'll probably that doesn't sound like a bad idea. Hold on a second. Yeah, it was.
Are you late for
I
your
don't
appointment?
know. Fuck you. I go where I want. I do what I want. You mind my business. You don't feed me. You don't fuck me. It's none of your fucking business. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like. I wouldn't do the second part anyway. All right, back to the story. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Waiting on you, Crom.
All right, Brent. Fuck. You keep interjecting, you dicks. Okay.
What did
Brandon,
you think
Florida.
this show was?
I don't know.
It's all about interjecting dicks.
I thought it was for me to gush about Halo Reach.
You want,
Okay.
you
Then,
want coherency? Read a book. This is small town mentality.
where the town is as small as your heads. Yeah. Okay. All right, Bradenton, Florida. Can't even get past this fucking. A group of
Headline?
activists wearing clothes with red splotches in the crotch area protested circumcision at the corner of a Florida intersection, according to the Bradenton Herald. The bloodstained man staged Monday with signs that read, "Okay, Ben, you read the quotes."
What the fuck? Why?
It's the best. you
Always
dick.
funnier coming from you.
This is your show.
Fuck. Fine. I'll carry the entire show. My back already hurts. The bloodstained man staged Monday with signs that read, "Circumcision is sexual mutilation," and "I want my foreskin back," among others. Photos of the protesters were posted to a popular Facebook group for Bradenton residents, where they garnered hundreds of comments from those both for and against the medical procedure often performed on baby boys. Hey, your pet pig's starting to act up. You better go get to him. The stop in Bradenton was just one of several events planned across the state in the coming weeks, including one at the University of Central Florida in Orlando on February 6th. According to the Herald, the group of advocates for a male's right to decide whether he has his foreskin removed should be your choice of how much how much of your penis you get to keep. Nobody should be tampering with the genitals of children. A spokesperson for Bloodstained Men told the newspaper. Yeah.
Tampering
That's
with
your
genitals of children just made me laugh for some reason.
well duh. Because
Go
you're
on.
from Wyoming, nothing else makes you laugh. That's the end of the article, you dick.
Oh, okay.
All right, what's your feedback?
Oh boy, you wanted me to listen to that?
Yes.
I just can't believe that they circumcised him when he was a baby and he's still fucking bleeding, dude. You need to see a doctor.
It's true.
That's
I know. But to this day, I'm surprised he isn't dead from the blood loss.
Sounds like male menopause or male. What is that? Menopause is when you stop bleeding. What the fuck am I thinking of?
period.
That's
menstruation.
The one. Yeah, menstruation is the one I was going for. Male menstruation.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen this before, and I don't necessarily disagree. I do think circumcision is an outdated practice that has no real medical benefits, that shouldn't be done compulsory, at least.
At least most people aren't Jewish, where they get it bitten off and the blood sucked out.
Bitten off.
Yeah. Stereotypes.
But I just
No, it's just Hasidic Jews, isn't it? Like the real,
like ultra orthodox.
yeah.
Ultra.
I think it's
Yeah.
bitten off, but from what I heard, they do put their mouth on it.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, I do.
To be fair,
I don't disagree with the guy's politics, but you're out here with the sign. Has anyone ever said, "Hey, that asshole blocking traffic with the sign has a point. Maybe I'll check out what they're about"? Does that ever work for anybody?
No.
I don't think so. If there's a puddle,
No,
I
whenever
usually
I'm
try to hit him with the.
Whenever I'm in that situation, I always think, can I run this guy over without any repercussions?
Okay.
I don't know if he was
And-
necessarily blocking traffic, but
And what's your plan to put those thoughts into action?
How would you
what-
kill
what-
someone, Crum?
No.
Okay. Here's a question, Crom. If you
Yeah.
had to kill a protester, what kind of protester would it be?
Yeah, what would they be
what?
protesting?
Hmm.
It's true.
I guess it's going to lead back to the French. I'm going to have to kill a yellow vest protester because they ain't doing shit. It started in like November of 2016, right? It's 2020 and the guy that they're protesting against is still top dog. I just,
So-
you know.
For those
I
of us
just say-
who don't know what that is, what's that?
Okay, Yellow Vest protests. A bunch of middle class people got together and protested the government because they're imposing a huge tax on gas, among other utilities. You know, they're going to say, "Yo, don't raise the prices or the taxes or whatever." And they're called the Yellow Vests because they all wore those yellow traffic vests that you used to be visible on the road. And they've been making headlines and made the news back in like not 2016, 2018, I think. But to this day, they made no headway.
yeah,
The
I think it
guy
Sorry, I
on
interrupt.
top is still on top, and the protests are nothing but a nuisance now.
didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah, I think it was a tax on diesel fuel that they were protesting.
Oh yeah, that's it. On diesel fuel, because if I think it was gonna be raised to the point that it'll really cut into people's budgets. So yeah. If I had to kill a protester, I had to kill one of them just to get them amped up enough to actually kill riot cops and get this revolution going. Because it's been 2 years and nothing's happened.
So they're more annoying than the pink pussy hat feminists, the women's march.
No, I want them to go on forever. They're forever clippable. I want to getting clips of them just screeching about how Donald Trump's hair looks mangled or whatever insignificant shit that they're talking about. Yeah, it's always a source of comedy for me.
So what you're saying is you would vote for Trump?
What?
What? What about those? Do you remember those one protesters that were just hanging out on Wall Street for like 3 years?
Yeah, the Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Occupy. It ended with a whimper because the Wall Street guys are still rich.
Yeah.
From what I heard, it
honestly,
went on for like weeks before anyone ever any news outlet ever touched the story.
Yeah.
But we can get into
Also,
conspiracy
yeah.
theories about that.
can we?
Strikes and protests never really work. The only thing that has actually worked are bloody coups. Just look at the Middle East. They're fine.
You say bloody coos or buddy cooch? Bloody cooch.
Yeah, because we were talking about a picture of a guy with blood on his crotch.
Bloody cooch.
Yeah.
Someone.
Okay, you carry the show again.
I don't know, man. Let's get out of here.
How long has it been?
wanted
It's been an hour.
Bob wanted attention so badly, he's made up a meme.
Oh man, should we do memes that Bob made now? Much like memes my dad made channel.
Yeah, I know.
Where do I see this?
Boomer memes.
Oh, now
He's on
he's saying
Discord.
he
He's
didn't
saying,
make it.
yeah, he didn't make it. But where can we find this? Oh, the Dave's not here, man. Changed my mind. The Cheech and Chong one.
Talk a bunch of insider stuff from Discord. If you guys ever want to see what we're talking about, just join the fucking Discord and don't be douchebags anymore.
Put the link in the
That's-
show notes
I'm on the
when
Discord.
this
I
episode
still don't
comes
know
out.
what you're talking about.
That's the primary goal here is Discord. That's what it's all about now, isn't it?
Discord and StreamYard.
Yeah.
So, do you like upload these to YouTube or what? What do I do with this video content, this amazing content that we've created today?
About Halo Reach and nothing but Halo Reach.
You're asking.
Yeah.
Sorry,
What would you do with this
We're
episode?
having a production meeting now.
Yeah. Would you even release it?
Well, it'll be unlisted on YouTube, and then
Got it.
it's up to you.
Thank God.
You can pull the audio. You can pull the audio off the YouTube.
Okay.
It might be the easiest way to get the audio. I mean, it's less work for me, so we'll try.
How would I
try
list
that? Sorry.
So, how would I list it? Should I list this on YouTube? Should we start our own YouTube channel?
The way YouTube is censoring people.
True. Should we post it on?
Yeah, I
YouTube.
mean,
Should we post it on Pornhub?
Maybe. YouTube now with so much censorship and so many ads, you'd think you're watching regular ass TV.
Okay, so real quick, speaking of
It is.
videos and shit, I'm gonna talk shit on Doug a little bit here, which is weird coming from my show and not his about us. I found his TikTok the other day, and he was asking people to shout out who's right during their dances or whatever video that they're making for the day. Me and Dave talked about this the other day. I thought that was hilarious. Like, and they said that they would play it on the show if they were the winner. I wonder if they got any submissions. Dave or Doug, if you got, you're not listening to this. If you got submissions, please let me see them, because I want to just see people mid dance shout out who's right. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah,
I don't have any.
I think you might be saying that you don't think that kind of appeal on TikTok is necessarily in perfect vibe with the who's right philosophy.
True. I'm wondering if you got any submissions, man. Just like 12-year-olds in the middle of their dance saying who's right podcast.
Having Doug's
For a
name,
chance to be
writing
on this
Doug's
show.
name with their ass.
Yeah. Just seemed like an odd setup. Anyways, go follow Who's Right on yeah, I know Anthony.
Yeah, genuine shout out to Who's Right. They're cool guys. And
No,
without them, I
check out their
wouldn't
TikTok
have.
dance form.
Without Who's Right, I wouldn't have the opportunity to shit on Ben.
It's true. Actually, Randy, do you want to make a TikTok and shout out Who's Right?
I don't even know what this is like.
Dude, I got an idea. Just fucking write Who's Right on your belly button. So that's WH belly button. S, like Who's Right. Or you could do that with your
Yeah.
butthole.
Mm.
You spread your ass
better.
cheeks. WH butthole. Apostrophe S.
WH butthole. Yes.
Would we be referencing Who's Right on the TikTok?
Probably. Yeah. I'm
Okay,
sure
so
it would
we'd be Who's Left or Who's Right.
Yeah. That's been.
Wrong.
No. Sorry. Who's left is already taken. You can't use that.
It's true. WH butthole. Okay.
Who's left is the after show when Doug and Anthony leave, and it just dwindles away
just
to
carry on.
me and Bob talking to each other.
How about Who Farted?
Who's
That's
Ben?
not. No, there is a show called a separate show called Who Charted. Now in the Discord they're just spamming memes. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they stopped paying attention a long time
That's
ago. I think everybody left.
Anthony tapped out. That's amazing. Oh yeah. To the audio listeners, we're recording this live, and Anthony from Who's Right's actually listening in, and he just tapped out.
He was, yeah. He was until we got to the news section, I think. I think that's when he left.
No, he
always
left
need to-
after.
always
Don't you
need to-
sabotage me?
Always need to suck up if someone from a bigger show is watching, right? Right, Crom?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
Ben.
don't understand any of this high school girl politics.
I don't know, man. It says a bunch
You
of
want to sit with the popular girls?
it's indie podcasts trying to grab a hold of something and move on. And up
And me,
again.
I just want to talk about Halo Reach.
Yeah.
I just want to make dick and fart jokes.
So, Crom, now that you've had your first experience on a podcast instead of just listening to them, and eventually are going to get a dynamic microphone, would you consider starting your own podcast?
Not really. I'd consider streaming because I'd rather be playing Halo Reach right now than talk to you guys.
Wouldn't you? You'd need a mic for
Yeah,
Halo
no,
Reach.
not really. You mean yes? You are going to start a podcast on the Who's Right Extended Universe Yep.
About Halo
I'll
Reach.
be a regular
about
guest.
Halo Reach.
No, I'll try to be a regular guest in the other shows in the extended universe and just chime in with fucking Halo Reach lore.
Perfect.
That's a great meme, Billy.
Yeah.
Do you want to say what the meme is, or just
Nope. Nope.
Okay,
I mean,
yeah.
they're not, if
Okay.
they're not listening live and a part of the Discord channel, they don't deserve to know.
No, I'll do it because Ben is incompetent. Billy, one of the members of Dave's Discord, just posted a meme. It's that anime guy looking at a butterfly, and the anime guy is Bob, and the butterfly is a random image. And the quote
Heck.
says, "Is this a meme?" Referencing that Bob just finds a random image and thinks it's a meme immediately. The comedy just died with me explaining the entire thing, but
Yeah,
at least
no.
the listener knows now.
Good job. You just ruined the joke. Yeah, that's why. I mean, I thought it was funnier to just tell people to join our Discord and then they could see it. But, whatever. Explain the joke.
Chrome to explain?
Yeah.
Jokes are always funnier if they're explained.
Jokes are always funny when I had to
It's a
explain
rule.
That's the rule, yeah.
Yeah, jokes are like frogs. You can totally dissect them without killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Phone's ringing.
All right. Can we be done? I'm starting to sound like Doug and Anthony, huh?
It is your show.
Yeah.
So,
That was
Okay,
that was
are
an
you guys
Anthony
gonna wrap-
before.
remember, Ben, even if we keep talking, you have the final cut. You have control
Ah, yeah, I don't cut
over when
anything
the
out.
show stops.
I
This
would
is
tell you-
actually this is your show now.
No, this is Crom's show today. Because before we got in here, he decided to take over the show. So this whole show, I've just been letting him have at it.
Name the episode Crumb Show. Yeah.
I mean, if you were going to talk shit before we were even on camera about it being your show and you were just going to take over it and you bought it for 2 cents, then this is it, man. Go for it.
I'm gonna sell it back.
Did it depreciate in value?
Yeah, it went down to negative 2 cents. So now I actually owe the guy that I'm selling the website 2 more cents.
Okay, Billy's just posted a meme, the old man meme, and it says, "Back in my days, we didn't order chicken wings mid-podcast."
It's a great meme.
I like that. I like how that's a label of mine now. the guy who ordered chicken wings in the middle of a podcast.
Yes, and being Asian and super smart, I'm sure you had it all planned out. So well done.
Yeah. Hey, someone's got to be funny on this show.
Well then.
I do? Shit. I've been doing it wrong the whole time. I thought this was like a cringe show where we just,
Oh, it is pretty cringy.
embarrass ourselves.
Yeah.
Mostly me, because, of the whole takeout arc.
Oh, it's an arc now. Wow.
Get resolved.
Is it going to be a
same episode?
Is it going to be a multi-episode arc?
I'm just going to bring a big ass thing of chicken wings from work next time we do a podcast.
I'll order Domino's
sit
next
here and
time
eat
I'm
chicken
on
wings.
anything.
We did have a hard out today. We've got back.
Had a hard on. Never mind.
Yeah, everybody's got a hard on. But we had back-to-back
Not listening
shows
to this show, they don't.
recording. So timeout with Michael's going to be here in about 14 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Remind me to thank them for leaving these fucking jelly beans.
Oh yeah. People
So-
enjoyed that bit, man.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
So Ben, as the executive producer, it's my advice to you you've got to show what's this guy? The next guy's name?
Timeout with Michael, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to assert my dominance.
Well, you seem to be a bit scared and like, we got to go off air because the next guy's coming in. You're in charge.
That's true.
You got
I
to
was
show him
mostly-
who's boss.
I was mostly
You're
using it as an excuse to get the fuck out of here.
No, it's because you're scared, Ben.
Oh,
You're
is it?
scared of Tom and Michael and Jerry, whatever the
Yeah.
fucking show's called. You've got to sweat them out and keep broadcasting until the last possible second, just to make sure he knows that you're the boss.
The problem is, what are we going to fucking talk about?
Halo Reach.
Okay. Back to the Halo Reach bit. Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, since
Just
we're ringing.
text. Just text Astamouth Michael or whatever his name is.
No, that's
They
Aston
research
Adam.
quick on that. Oh, sorry, whatever. They all have their asses to their mouths to me. Just tell them to get some Halo Reach trivia.
Speaking of the inner circle jerk, they're all in the same town this week, seems to be. So get ready
Nice.
for tons of content coming your way, fellas. Pictures, videos, podcasts. Best thing about getting together.
Yes, and if anyone knows how to do outward-facing content for a general audience, it's the Inner Circle Podcast Network. Isn't that right, Crom?
Yeah, run by the Podfather himself, Jonathan Brandeis.
No.
He'll.
No.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't know it.
Mouth Adam and Chris.
Wait. Okay. So back to Roundtable. So Adam owns fucking Inner Circle, and he won the Roundtable.
Yeah.
That's more than a coincidence. Fucking
So
rigged.
no, hold on. The roundtable is run by Uncle Randy. Uncle Randy's from Civilized Creatures Podcast Network.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
And get Adam's name right. It's Ass to Mouth Adam. That's his
Okay,
name.
Astamouth Adam. Yeah.
So
ATA.
Now-
ATMA.
Now, John is now claiming that it's some kind of conspiracy that he didn't win and he should have won because I didn't vote for him, and neither did Jody.
I voted for
Therefore, it's a conspiracy. So, you know, I have
Oh, yeah,
issues with both Adam and John, so I don't think bias comes into it.
I wanted him to win so he could
It
get his
didn't,
confidence
actually.
back to podcast again.
You wanted him
It
to win
didn't
so he'd
actually.
get enough confidence to come back into podcasting. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If he keeps
Comedy
losing
podcast.
over and over again, like losing on your show, the John and Jody show, and then losing the round table, and then losing every time he joins into the Discord server, how is he ever going to He needs some wins, Dave.
Well, he's all about losing now. He loses weight on his diet podcast, right?
Losing.
But
And he keeps losing at internet arguments. Yeah.
and he keeps yes. But what he really wants to do is comedy podcasting, and we're committed to keep giving him opportunities until he gets there, aren't we?
There's a lot of insider stuff on our shows lately.
Yeah.
Randy doesn't get it at all.
Yeah. What's
I was just thinking I could be outside doing this on the phone while smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. Okay, so just a bit of context for Randy. All you need to know about John is he's fat. That's it.
Who isn't?
No. New Jersey tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wait,
it.
you guys keep referencing a drug addict from North Carolina. Now, is that me?
Oh,
No,
man.
it's not a
Okay.
drug addict. Well,
I think that's Jacob. But
from,
he's from
Texas.
Jacob from Texas, yeah.
Because somebody on the Discord kept talking about a drug addict from North Carolina. I think somebody mentioned that on the podcast last week too. And I'm like, who the fuck?
Yeah, it's all
It's
inside
probably
shit
Jacob.
that nobody cares about, especially that's probably why we keep losing listeners, because we keep getting more and
Yeah,
more inside.
yeah. That's why. Yep.
This is a podcast
That's
aimed
totally
at podcasters. If you don't have a fucking podcast, you need to fuck the fuck off. This is not for you.
It's true.
Well, Randy,
I mean,
they've been
yeah,
taking your advice to the letter. No one's actually here.
That's right.
I mean, I
Also,
think
Also, you need to send me some money, and our address is
221 10th Street, Suite 204, Evanston, Wyoming, 82930. You can send us shit from that address. Go for it, man.
Are you actually
do have
wrapping up? I'm going to plug my shit next.
go for
you
it.
do have a Patreon too, man.
I do have a Patreon. It's at STM Pod. Nobody gives a shit. STM Pod everywhere. Fuck you guys.
Yes. Okay. So you give enough shit to record this and release this. So
Mhm.
maybe someone will give enough shit to become a patron.
Yeah, they
To
won't.
drop $1
Yeah.
and then take it back before billing actually hits.
The only person that has paid me in the last however long is Brian, and then over 9,000 ducks signed up to our Patreon just so that he could listen to my rap song, and then immediately
Yes.
deleted his Patreon so he didn't have to pay.
But hold on, Ben. Haven't I told you under what circumstances I'll sign up to your Patreon?
If I release more songs,
Mm-hmm.
all right, well, maybe. Randy, you got any songs to release on the Patreon?
There's that one about eating ass.
Yeah, there you go.
Eating ass in the
And-
afternoon.
Oh,
but
Crom's getting
Boomer
yelled
Bob
at.
says he fell asleep. Is it still live or is it in a loop? It's in a loop, Bob. You're stuck.
It's okay. I mean, I understand at your age you need your naps.
It's
Why
true.
don't you go take your fucking boomer pills?
Oh, he changed his name to the Boomer Bob Show, and he made a video. He's pretending he has a show again.
Talk about being in a loop. Yeah. Haven't we done this? So another thing,
All
Ben,
right. Well,
do you want to talk about Dylan on the Discord getting under your skin? He's really been getting to you lately, hasn't he?
oh, he probably
you
never
wanna
listened to this.
You wanted to address
Yeah,
that.
Dylan.
I didn't really care that much to address it.
Yes, you
'Cause if you
did.
start talking
Come
shit
on.
on people on the show, then they think they're relevant, and he's not.
This is how podcasting works. Someone throws out a premise and then everybody goes with it, no matter what.
Well,
Right?
yes, and
Correct.
that's just a douchebag in the Discord that talks shit on me all the time. I mean, what do you want me to say
Guys,
about him?
sorry.
I never could do the
Speaking of
yes and
Discord,
thing, man.
speaking of Discord, man, we're losing our audience. Everyone's just talking about how they're waiting for the show to end.
Yeah, and posting memes.
Fuck.
I never did the yes and thing, man. I flunked out of improv class because I wouldn't stick to the script.
Yeah, that's right. The no fuck off school of improv comedy is just so much better.
I actually
Alright.
have to go soon.
You guys gonna plug your shit or what?
Just picturing every Monty Python sketch starting with "No, fuck off!
Pretty much. Yeah.
This parrot is dead. No, it isn't. Fuck off!"
Yeah, RyanLongComedy.com with an I. That's it.
Okay. And me, I'm actually visible on Twitter. Crom_2s. Hit me up if you want some artwork done. I'll do it for money.
He will do it.
What about you, Ben?
He'll do it for video games also. If you offer him some kind of video game, he will also write or draw something for you.
Yeah, Steam games too if you want.
Yeah.
And apparently, the show on the Extended Universe called Hitler Was Right with U Generation is going to blow Small Town Mentality out of the water.
I hope it does.
So, like literally, because somebody walks around with a podcast name like that, I assume that they might have some munitions of some kind, man. I might need to get the fuck away from here.
It's gonna lure in the PragerU crowd at least.
Oh, fantastic.
Wait, who's pregnant?
Just with the title alone. Now PragerU, some right-wing establishment. Yeah.
What's going on, Mike? We're just doing plugs now. Randy, plugs?
Restless Native on Twitter, Randy Garter Humor on Instagram and TikTok, and I just opened a Byte account. It's Rando_G.
What is Byte?
Nice.
That's from one of the guys who co-created Vine.
Oh, nice. Is that like a new thing?
Yeah. Like 6.5 seconds instead of 6 seconds. So
STM Pod on everything. Song of the week this week goes out to The View with the Life and their new single, The Only Home We'll Ever Know. So stick around after the show. They're at The View of the Life on everything, social media. And yeah, STM Pod on everything. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm sick of you guys. Let's go.
Blow me.